Hey, good morning. What is up? Good morning. Happy Wednesday, trash day. It is Hobby Evolution episode 842, 18 minutes late because I was tired and my computer was tired. I woke up. Have you ever done this? You set your alarm like earlier than normal with the expectations that you're going to wake up. I'm going to wake up early tomorrow and be super productive. That's like the intentions at 10 o'clock at night. And then when the alarm goes off, it's like, screw this, I'm tired. And then I hit an alarm that is later in the morning, like 6:35. It's like, whoa. And then when I wake up at 6:35, it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. What am I doing here? So that's what happened. I set my alarm earlier than normal. Decided that was not the time I wanted to wake up this morning and decided to set it for a later than I should have time. And then, of course, my computer was slow. So even if my computer wasn't slow this morning, I probably still would have been tardy, like 5 minutes tardy, as opposed to 18 minutes. Although the coffee maker's slow also. My wife, we had a lady that is doing our like shades and window treatments, I guess is what they call it. She was here last week, and so I made a pot of coffee. And it was like, my wife was like, does it always take this long for a pot of coffee? I'm like, yeah. But the thing is, like, it doesn't bother me because it only bothers me at the beginning when I need my first cup. But by the time I'm done talking here on Hobby Evolution, I go upstairs and it's done. It might take an hour to brew the whole pot, but I don't need it for an hour. When I have a coffee maker at the new house in the office, I'm just going to trash this coffee maker. So that's the story of my tardiness this morning. There's always an excuse. Today's excuse was my own fault. The excuse was, I just didn't want to wake up. Herman, what's up? Good morning. Jenny, what's happening? Good morning to you. Terry A in the house. Hey, Terry A, I watched a movie last night. I've been stressed out. And my wife and I were talking about this at lunch yesterday, and I just said, I'm like anxious and stressed, and I think it's because we're living in this like in between world right now. What I mean by that is I'm not used to being super clean. And right now I have to be super clean. We had photos taken earlier this week. We have showings hopefully this weekend. Now that adds another layer of stress. Get into that. And so like I have to like, and so it's throwing me off. Like I can't do what I normally do, like outside of shipping and listing and shipping. I can still ship and list and ship, but it's harder for me to sort because I like using my big palette of not palette as in Goodwill palette, but palette as in a blank slate in my rec room, which I can. The carpets were clean, so I don't want to get all these cards. Not that baseball cards would make the carpet dirty, but anyway. So I'm just like I'm living this weird life right now. So where was I going with this story? I have no idea. I have no idea where I was going. Oh, Terry. Yes, Terry reminded because Terry's my horror movie buff. So last night I'm like, you know what? I'm pretty caught up on shipping. I listed like 500 cards yesterday. I am going to just lay on the couch, watch whatever we watch. And I had even like put my phone down. Like at dinner, I put it on the charger, and then after dinner, I wanted to list a couple hundred cards. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep my phone on the charger. I don't need to look at it. I can spend an hour, 2 hours without my phone. So I just put the phone down. And then I listed a couple hundred cards on eBay. And then I went out and like 5 minutes later, my wife gets a phone call. She's got an offer. She ended up working on like 2 deals last night. So I'm like, the first like 5, I'm like, I'm cool with it. And then it's like, I need to go downstairs and watch TV. So I went downstairs and I'm like, you know what? It was only, by this point, it was only like 7:30. And so I'm like, I'm gonna watch like a movie or a series that my wife doesn't, like a horror movie or something. And so I went to Netflix. So there's a new, and I'll ask Terry if he's seen this. It's called I See You, and it stars Helen Hunt. And it's from like 2019, so it's 4 years old, but it's like the #1 trending movie on Netflix. And I'm like, well, that's weird. It must have just popped back up on Netflix, but I'm sure it's been on Netflix before, and I'm sure I've seen this. It's 4 years old, but I hadn't. And apparently it hasn't been on Netflix, and that's why it's the #1 trending movie on Netflix. So I watched that and I turned it on, and it's like, it's still light out, which is great. There's freaking snow on the ground, which sucks. Hopefully it'll be melted in the next couple days. I was thinking it'd be melted by now, but it hasn't been warm enough. So it's still light out, and I've got my lights on. I'm like, I'm gonna turn my lights off, and I'm gonna enjoy a movie in the dark. And it was really like therapeutic. Like it did, like just kind of calm me down, like just bring that anxiety level down a bit. Good movie. Helen Hunt and then some other people that I don't know. Basic gist of it is there's like kind of 2 storylines going. There's a storyline of boys being kidnapped. And then there's a story of this family who, and it kind of has like 2 parts. Like the beginning part is kind of like the boys are kidnapped. And it has this family, and like weird things are happening in Helen Hunt's the mom of the family. Weird things are happening in the house. And then all of a sudden, like halfway through the movie, it cuts and we find out why these weird things are happening. And so initially, when I just saw like the brief paragraph on what the movie was about, I thought it was like supernatural. And I'm like, I don't even know if I want to watch this. This looks like it's going to suck. No, it's not. It's not supernatural at all. So we find out why these weird things are happening. And then all of a sudden it just takes a turn, and like really bad things are happening. We find out like, we were led to believe in the first half of the movie, this person did this, that person did that. And in reality, that's not what happened. And then at the end, now I had to, and again, remember, I don't pay close attention to TV shows and movies because I'm, even though I put my phone down, I still zombified for a bit. So I was like lacking attention at certain points of the film. And at the very end, it all kind of, we have that climax at the end. And there's some like visions, like flashbacks. And so I'm putting the pieces like, okay, I think this is what happened, but I need confirmation. So the movie ends, credits roll. I go to internet. I go to Wikipedia. Actually, I Googled it, and it showed an explanation on here's what happened. It's like spoiler alert. It's like I already watched the film, so it was a really good movie. Terry, I think you would like it if you haven't already seen it. It's called I See You. It's now on Netflix. I think it just hit Netflix this week. Helen Hunt is one of the stars of the show. And she like kind of had, she like did something in the film, and she's kind of like, not like, she didn't like murder anybody. I don't, well, let me think. No, I don't think she did. But I won't spoil it. But it kind of like at the end, it's like, okay, um, I get what happened here. So I See You on Netflix. Good film. Brian, what's happening? Good morning. Jenny says for opening day eve, I'm going to work on putting twins into their proper home and logging into trading card database and then getting doubles out of here. That's awesome. I don't have any plans for opening day eve. Opening day, I don't really even have any plans for opening day. I'm going to get into that. We'll talk because I don't really have a topic today. It's like, oh, tomorrow's opening day. We'll talk about opening day. So I'll get into that. Herman, what's happening? We already said hi to Herman. George, what's up? Good morning. Jenny's also going to research Chronazio because my Car Dealer Pro account is totally screwed up and their customer service is just as bad. So when you say your account is screwed up, I'm curious what's happening. I don't think you'll like Chronazio. And that's not me saying I shouldn't say that, but I don't like Chronazio. And just because I don't like Chronazio doesn't mean other people don't like it as well, but I don't like Chronazio. So I am curious what's going on with your Car Dealer Pro account, why it's screwed up. Because I haven't had any issues with Car Dealer Pro. There was a lot of issues like in the fall. But I haven't had any issues with Car Dealer Pro in the last several months. In fact, I've listed, almost 5,000 cards in the last week. And I am listing cards that I know, that I shouldn't say that I know, that I assume are recognized by the AI. The only set that I uploaded that wasn't recognized was that Upper Deck March Madness set, but it's like, hey, I need to list this now. So I had to type everything out, which was okay. But other than that, like I'll get some errors here and there. Like I had I was listing some like 82 Donruss last night singles, and one of them was like it thought it was 88 Donruss or something wacky where it's like this isn't even close, but it nailed like 99 out of 100 cards. But the one card, it was like, how did it? Must have. Wires were crossed. I don't know. But the sets that I have been uploading on Car Dealer Pro here in the last week, I'm getting probably 85% accuracy. That's just pulling a number out of my rear, but it is higher than normal. But I'm also cherry picking, and I know like I have some Topps archives that I want to list. I know that it's not going to recognize Topps archives. There's other sets that I just know it's not going to recognize. But for the most part, I'm just trying to get some volume because I am moving. Surprisingly, I listed a ton of Topps Total, and you're like, why are you listing Topps Total Mickey Callaway? There were 2 Mickey Callaway cards. Guess what? Both have already sold. I've sold like the most commons of Topps Total. I think yesterday or the day before, I listed like Pujols and Barry Bonds and like superstars from Topps Total, same price, $1.50. Guess what? They haven't sold, I don't think. But Mickey Callaway and random players. And the reason is people probably list Barry Bonds Topps Total. How many Mickey Callaway cards? Let's just do this exercise right now. Because I think that's probably the whole reason why some of these cards sell. Topps Total Mickey Callaway. Because I had 2 listed and both sold to different buyers. We've got some variation listings. I hate variation listings. So there's an autographed one. Here's one, 2004 Topps Total Silver, but they want $4.48 for it. That's ridiculous. So let's go to lowest price. There's only 35 results. We've got a couple variation listings, which, I'm not. And then the first solo listing is the silver that's $4.48. So why does Mickey Callaway Topps Total sell? Well, if somebody's looking for Mickey Callaway, that's why. I have a solo listing that's $1.50 free shipping. Now let's type in Albert Pujols because he's a little more top of mind than Bonds at this moment. Topps Total Barry Bonds. Hey, there's mine, $1.50 free shipping. It's the lowest one. There's one, a 2003 for $1.75. So Mickey Callaway, 35 results. Albert Pujols, 161 results. So there you go. There's just more volume. Another 2005, a couple, $1.99 free shipping, $2 free shipping. So mine is the lowest priced on eBay, but there's other competition. You know, that other seller that has them for $1.75 or $1.99 may have other cards that a particular buyer may want. So that can also skew results. Harlan, what's up? Good morning. David, good morning. Victor is here. Card hobbyist, what's happening? Raphael, what's up? Kyle, good morning. Steve Ains Comedy, where we at? What's up? 10th one in. Randy, what's happening? Hey, speaking of what's happening over on the Facebook group, check it out. Link is in the description to this video. I think we're closing in on 60 members already. Can you believe that? I cannot believe that. Thank you to John Keating for creating the group, because I probably never would have. I would have talked about it. But we've got a Facebook group. We've got some good chat. We've got a lot of people that want to play fantasy baseball. You're running out of time. 24 hours to get a league intact. Nobody wants to commissioner it. Is that what commissioner it? Nobody wants to be a commissioner. So if anybody wants to be a commissioner of the Hobby Evolution Fantasy Baseball League, you've got about 24 hours to get it up and launch it. Because it looks like there's at least 5 or 6 that are in, and I'm sure we could fill a league of 10 people at least, if not 12. So check it out. Go to the Hobby Evolution Facebook page. Let's just drop it in the chat. For those that are in the chat, a little easier for you to find. Copy link. Here is the link to the Facebook group. It's also in the description to the video. Todd, good morning. Flipping Sports Guy. I hear you. I'm confused with Card Dealer Pro myself. My scans reset on the 7th, but they told me I'm billed monthly on the 28th, but yet wasn't billed yesterday. Now, see that? I don't know what's going on. See the resetting of scans I do know that if you buy extra scans, those roll over. Your subscription scans do not. So, pro tip, and I think somebody in here had mentioned this is what they do. Buy the subscription plan that has the lowest scans, and then when you run out of those, buy extras, and then you can buy 10,000 and you can roll those scans over. Von Hades, what's up? Good morning. Folgers, Crystals, Instant. I can't do Folgers, and I can't do instant coffee. I don't know why. Like, isn't coffee? I don't know. For some reason, I just don't like instant coffee. I don't know what it is. Jenny says, mine bills on the 20th, and I downgraded my 10,000 listings to 500. However, it kept my 10K used from last month onto this month, so I have 0 scans. Let's see. Yeah, so since you downgraded, so if you would have had 10,000 listings, it would have basically wiped those out when you're on March 20th. Since it was billed on March 20th and you downgraded, so it wiped all of those out. And you probably used 500 scans in the meantime. So that's what's happening. So here's how you can fix that. Do a 500 scan plan, and then buy extras, and those extras will roll over, and you won't lose those. Ed is with us. What's up, Ed? Hall of Fame card collector, good morning. When is the fantasy draft? Need a commissioner. Who's going to be the commissioner of the Hobby Evolution Fantasy Baseball League? Cooter says, good morning. So do you ever descale your coffee maker with vinegar? Yes. And I think that's what I need to do again. How often do you have to do that? Because it seems like I do it. It seems like I just did it a month ago. Maybe that's something you have to do more than every 2, 3, 4 weeks. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to have to do again. Jenny says, and if I buy more, I will just be repaying for last month's scans because it says I'm negative 10K. They don't email back. Oh, it says you're negative? Huh. See, I don't understand. Shoot me if you can screenshot what your dashboard looks like, because that doesn't sound right. If you have negative, I don't know why it would be doing that. Adam Lee, French press all the way. Flipping Sports Guy says, I've noticed the downgrade upgrade is jacked up. Last month I upgraded mid-month and only received the difference between what I used and the due amount. I figured pay for upgrade, I'd get the new total. Yeah, that I can't tell you. Kyle says, you are never tardy to Hobby Evolution. You are Hobby Evolution. I like being on time for this. Other stuff, it's like, I can be a little late. I'm not as bad as my brother's like, he's like, I mean, we would have to, like, family gatherings. If something started at noon, we would have to tell him 10:30 because that means he would get there at noon. Like, legit. Like, he was late for his own wedding. Legit. Late for his own wedding. He was out booze cruising with his buddies. I was only, when he got married, I was in high school, I think. And I was not quite yet. If I would have been, say, a senior in high school, I probably would have been with them. But I was only, I think, a freshman or sophomore. I had not, I was not quite there yet to hang with the boys. Let's see. Herman says it's like staying at someone else's house. Let's see. Flipping Sports Guy says, even when I try, I'm not away from my phone. Messages show on my computer. Let's see. It's hard to, like, step away from technology. Like, I'm never on my computer unless I'm shipping and listing and shipping. And I don't have my, like, when I'm on my computers, like, it's actually kind of like when I'm on my computer here and upstairs, like, I'm basically disconnected because I don't have email. Well, emails pop up. One of my email accounts pops up on my upstairs computer, but I don't have text messages that pop up. I don't have messages from other apps or whatever. Like, I'm, like, disconnected, even though I'm on the internet and actively, listing and shipping and listing. I'm disconnected. So it's actually kind of nice. Let's see. Mark says, good morning. What's up, Mark? One more day until we all become kids again. Hey, Dan, what's up? What show is Bo talking about? I See You. It's on Netflix. Helen Hunt is the only actress that I know that's in the movie. Jenny says, who wants to guess who will hit the first home run of 2023? First games are at the same time: Braves, Nationals, and Giants, Yankees. It's probably going to be some, like, rando number 7 hitter for the Nationals, but I'm just going to play it easy and say Aaron Judge. That's like taking the easy way out. Aaron Judge, first home run. Von Haiti says it's finally melting off in Maine. Terry has not seen it. Dan, I missed it. It's a Netflix one from 4 years ago, a horror. Prisoners with Hugh Jackman. Have not seen that. Flipping Sports Guy says if Volpe lead off home run, and makes the crazy Yankee fans go even crazier about the kid. John, what's up, Bo on film? Terry's going to check it out. Siskel and Bobert. I've always liked Helen Hunt, very underrated. I have to go to the card store today or tomorrow morning. Our tradition with the kids is to open cards to celebrate while watching games. That's a good transition because I think that's what I wanted. Here's my conundrum. That's what I want to do when the Cubs game comes on at 1:20, I think. Initially, I wanted to go to Wrigleyville and hang out with some of my Club 400 friends in Wrigleyville, but since I'll be out of town Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's like that's a little bit much. So not going to Chicago. So I'll be in my basement. And it's like opening day. I've got to open some cards, right? But my conundrum is YouTube TV does not carry Bally Sports. Bally Sports carries a lot of the regional. They're like the regional carrier for baseball. The Brewers. So my conundrum is I'm blacked out of the Cubs Brewers game because I'm in the Milwaukee market. but I can't watch in the Milwaukee market because I have YouTube TV, which doesn't carry the Milwaukee market station Bally Sports. So I have to either find some like illegitimate website to stream it, which is what I did last year because the Brewers and Cubs opened the season against each other. I mean, that's what I have to do. I know some of the computer people in here will be like, "Oh, just get a VPN and blah 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 blah," and I don't understand how to do all that, and I don't want to. I don't want to do that because this is really the only game that I care about, that I want to watch. Brewers and Cubs, like the rest of the series, I don't care. I'll be and I can watch it at Anawan. I'm not blacked out there. And like mid-season, like in June, I don't really care. Like I can miss a few games. Now if it were like for a playoff berth at the end of the regular season, then I would probably care. But haven't had to worry about the playoffs in a few years. So that's my conundrum. And what I'll probably do is find some illegitimate pirate website and stream it on my TV. Try to avoid all the freaking pop-ups. So that's how I'm going to celebrate opening day. So I might hit up Walmart and or Target and find some. I want to get some blasters of Bowman Chrome U. I've only listed a few singles on eBay and I've had decent success, which I didn't expect. I sold what did I sell? I sold Anthony Richardson base card for $5. Sold something else. Oh, a Bijan Robinson for $4. I did sell my Nico Marchiol. I sold that autograph. I think it sold for $30. I've got the other autograph, Phil Jurkovic from Boston College. I think I've got that listed for like 15 or best offer. Got a couple other cards listed that haven't sold. But that's a fun rep. Even though it's not baseball, I don't want to buy any more Top Series 1. I'm done with that. And no other baseball release is out yet. So I guess I'll have to open Bowman Chrome U. So I think maybe I'll hit up the Walmarts today. Let's see. Flawed Thinker says, tonight is my first coaches meeting of the season. Love this time of year. Let's go baseball. I love it because, as somebody mentioned yesterday, we've got the Final Four this weekend, WrestleMania this weekend, and opening day, which is tomorrow. So a full slate of baseball this weekend as well. So we've got opening weekend of baseball, WrestleMania, and the Final Four. It's a wonderful time. Brian M., what's up? The agony of Car Dealer Pro when scanning and every card in the set is recognized as Phil Niekro. You know, I haven't had that. I have not had that. Every once in a while, I will. Let's see where we at. Every once in a while, I have like a lot of I think it was, and I don't list too many football because I was having so many issues with modern football, and I'm mainly baseball anyway. But it was like recognizing all of the Panini football as like a Panini baseball card of, I don't know, whatever player it was. Let's see. Flipping Sports Guy says, instead of typing every card, did the search feature find the cards, or was it truly MIA in the CDP system? It was truly MIA. It did not know anything. Let's see. And that was every card. Jenny says, my annoyance with the scans is I wish I could hit everything is ungraded so I don't have to delete a bunch of info that is entered in when it thinks it's graded. That's a good point. That is actually a valid point. Have it default to ungraded. But what I think the issue is, if the AI thinks it's graded, it's going to populate as graded. So I don't know if there's a way around that. I'm not computer savvy. So I don't think there's a way around that. That would be my thought on that. Or I guess maybe there'd have to be an override to where if the AI thinks it's a graded card, And it's like, but wait, this person put ungraded on everything, so it just leaves everything blank. So as opposed to deleting a bunch of stuff, you would just have to enter a bunch of stuff. So I think it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. You're either going to have to delete a bunch of info or you're going to have to enter all of that info in. So that's the AI is not 100%. Like there is not, it's not push, play, walk away at this point. Maybe in the future AI, but any AI program, any AI collects Chronazio, what's the app, Center Stage, like there's gonna be issues. It's just we're not, AI is just not is as smart as we want it to be yet. It'll get there. We're just not there yet. Flipping Sports Guy never has that problem. Von Haiti says, Don Caruso gave me a sweet discount on a Fujitsu 8170 and ScanSnap SV600 after mentioning your video interview. That's awesome. Love to hear it. Yeah. If you're interested in Fujitsu scanners, I think they're, like Von Haiti says, on the 8170, since the 7030 and the 7160 are the last generation models, I don't think there's a discount. Doesn't hurt to ask. But I do know if you drop my name, he'll hit you up with a discount on that 8170 and apparently the ScanSnap as well. So there you go. By the way, I have a ScanSnap SV600 that I will probably be selling because I used it like 3 times to try it out, and it just, I don't scan. It's great for like PS slabs or cards you don't want to run through a feed scanner. It's an overhead scanner. It's a really sweet machine. But for what I do, I don't use it. So I might be putting that up for sale. Terry says, Jenny, there is a button at the top to fill all columns at once. Click the graded section and type ungraded and enter. There you go. Very good info. I will need to write this down. Write it down. Write it down. Master Shake 300. What's up? Good morning to you. Red Light 34. What's happening? Mickey Callaway's name makes Mets fans cringe. That's what I didn't want to go into. I started to go into it the other day, but I didn't want, I couldn't remember the story. I know that it wasn't good, but I didn't want to accuse him of something that I just was thinking of. But I remember he was in the news for something not good. Hall of Fame card collector, he's going to do it. He's going to do it. So Hall of Fame card collector is going to commission the Fantasy Baseball League on Hobby Evolution. That's awesome. And what I'm going to say, because I don't want to be the commissioner, and I'll do, if you need players, it's up to you first, the listeners of Hobby Evolution. If you want to play, make sure to join the Facebook group because that's the best way to share the information. Link is in the chat and in the description of this video. Hall of Fame card collector is going to run the Fantasy Baseball League. So let them know. What do you want? Head-to-head points? What do you want? If you're like short one player or, short, I'll jump in. But otherwise I'll step out. I'll let everybody else get first dibs. And if you need somebody, I'll come in and play. Johnny Boy Cards, he's in. Dan says, does the US have instant coffee in the sticks you pour into a cup and put in hot water? I don't know. Ooh, my voice cracked. Puberty. For some reason I thought of this story. I don't remember why I was thinking this. I think it was about kids. Did I share? I don't know. Maybe it was a weird fever dream when I had COVID or something. I don't know. But for some reason I thought it was when I was talking about kids the other day, but maybe I didn't talk about it. But there's this weird age when kids are in junior high. It's like this awkward age, and they smell, and they're just weird and awkward. And I've had nieces and nephews, and I remember them going through that stage. I worked at a grocery store, the IGA, There was this, and now when see, I don't have kids. Lots of nieces and nephews. Don't have kids, just a dog. But when I think about like the like man, like parent, I look at parents like, how do you do it? Like just even one kid, how do you do it? You have to deal with like the poop when they're like babies and they're crying all the time and they need constant attention. Like, how do you do it? Like my dog sleeps on the couch all day. If I want to go to the post office, I can just leave the dog on the couch and Biscuit's not going to burn the house down. Biscuit, I can do that. You can't do that with a baby. You can't just leave it on the couch. How do you do it? So there's that age. And then there's like the cute little league age where it's like, oh, hey, my kid can talk and walk and he can wipe his own ass. That's like the good age, right? Then they get to the junior high stage. Oh, the junior high stage. They stink. They're loud. They're weird. And I can say it because I stunk. I was loud. And I was weird. And I still am. I never grew out of that awkward junior high stage. I've been awkward my whole life. I've just now, it's taken 40 years to just accept that I'm just a weird, awkward dude. I'm okay with it now. So when I think of kids that are at that awkward, weird stage, I think of not myself, but as a kid from my hometown. And so when I worked at the IGA, I had to deal with all these stinky junior high kids that came in for candy, just what they needed. There's a kid named Travis. That's his real name. I'm not gonna. His real name's Travis. His real name was Travis, and he was in junior high, I think, when I was in high school. So I don't think I went to school with his sister. She was a year younger than me. And I think Travis was still in junior high when I graduated, but he was just weird, awkward, loud, stinky, smelly, dirty kid. And I remember one summer, and I might have been in like my first year in college or whatever when I still worked at the grocery store, but he was in going through puberty apparently. And I know this because he said it out loud, like very loud, like loud junior high kids do. I'm running the cash register, and one of our like grade school teachers was in the grocery store doing her grocery shopping. And oh, Travis, hi. It's summer. So in small town, like everybody knows everybody. Everybody knows everybody's business. And oh, Travis, oh, how's your summer been? This is not how she talked. This is just my reenactment. Oh, how has summer been? You got so tall. And Travis, without hesitation, without beat, goes very, very proud of himself. And matter of fact, puberty. Just one word answer. For whatever reason, that stuck with me all these years. Weird, awkward Travis telling Mrs. Chapman puberty. That weird, awkward age. I don't know if I shared that story or not. But I remember I went on a rant about kids. And it's like, yeah, you have to deal with all the poopy diapers. And then you get like this state, you're out of the woods for a little while, but then they enter this junior high. They're talking back. They're sassy. They're just smelly and stinky and dirty and loud and annoying and awkward. And they eventually grow out of it, hopefully. Let's see. Victor, what's up? He's in for fantasy baseball. Rich wants people to like this video. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, all that fun stuff. Play fantasy baseball. Hall of Fame card collector. He's going to run the group. He's posting the league in the Facebook group now. Awesome. We've got all kinds of stuff going on in the Hobby Evolution Facebook group. Hey, if you're not part of it, you are missing out. What do we got going on? So we've got so I think Hall of Fame card collector. So Craig wants to play. Tracy wants to play. Jason wants to play. Mikey's in. I think Mikey's going to run it. Kevin, Terry. I think we're going to have enough. You don't need me to play. Let's see. And it looks like, do we need to? I saw some people asking to join. For some reason, it doesn't refresh. Oh, no pending member. Oh, so we're good. So everybody's in. Let's see. So Hall of Fame Card Collector is going to put that. Facebook group is up. Link is in the chat. Link is in the description. And that's where you can find the link to the Hobby Evolution Fantasy Baseball League. Thank you, Mikey, for stepping up and playing commissioner. Probably have to run the draft at some point today or tonight. So since opening day is tomorrow, so I guess we'll have to find the best time for everybody to be available for a draft. Von Hades says, I had a Zoom demo with Card Dealer Pro last week. The guy told me they were a little short-handed, but were actively hiring and had more help coming on board soon. So yeah, I will answer to, I think Jenny mentioned about the customer service lacking. I do know they are actively hiring some customer. Hey, so if you need a job and you want to work in customer service, apply to Collects/Card Dealer Pro. Because I did see a post, I think on LinkedIn, that they were looking for some customer service employees. Brian Wolf, what's up? Good morning. Terry says, Card Dealer Pro told me that rollover scans were in the pipeline for the future. Good deal. Good deal. Terry has all the answers to our card. Terry, are you maybe Terry's a burner account for somebody at Card Dealer Pro? Terry knows all the answers. I love it. Hall of Fame Card Collector. I just posted the fantasy baseball link in the Facebook group. Awesome. So it looks like, we've got a lot of action. So looks like we've got some others that are looking to play. Dave is going to play. David wants to play. Very cool. Very cool. Let's see. Johnny Boy Cards. I don't use Facebook. Can someone share the link to join the league? There you go. Hall of Fame Card Collector. Drop that link in the chat. I don't know if you can. Let's see. The draft is scheduled for tonight at 9 p.m. There you go. So let me see if I can find. I'm not great with Facebook. Can I find discussion? Oh, man. How in the hell do I find this? No, I don't want that. Where's the page with all the stuff? Oh, because it's most relevant. I want newest activity. There we go. Nope. Newest posts. New posts. There we go. Mikey. There we go. Fantasy baseball. Here it is. And I'm going to drop that link in the chat. Where's the chat? There it is. Boom. There is the link to the fantasy baseball. So it's on the Facebook page. If you're not on Facebook, but you are listening or watching here, you now have it in the chat. Where are we at? Terry says, if you are close to renew time and still have a lot of scans left, email them and ask for a carryover. They did it for me before. Hey, that's awesome. That is awesome. I love that. And that's cool because, a lot of times and I'm guilty. I'll be the first to admit, I get ticked off at things that if it doesn't go my way, you get ticked off. It's like, I don't like that. But communication is key. If we just communicate and say, hey, Card Dealer Pro, I ran out of time this month. Can you throw me a bone here? And many times you might be surprised by what the answer is. Johnny Boy Cards. I don't use Facebook. Can someone share the link? Oh, we already said that. There's the draft. If Bo can drop the link to fantasy here, I'll join. There it is. Link is in the chat. David, good morning to you. Go Rays. We don't have enough. The world does not have enough Tampa Bay Rays fans. When I was actively trading bulk teams, I would have I was so actively trading, I would have other people say, hey, do you have anybody that's a Diamondbacks or a Rays collector? And it's like, no, nobody does. Nobody collects those teams. It's hard to find certain teams like the Toronto Blue Jays. But I think I found the answer. I think I've actually, my buddy David, who has contributed over 100,000 cards to the 1 Million Cubs project, is actually looking for Blue Jays cards. And I'm like, this is the best news ever. Steve says, go Rays, more cowbell. 2 Rays fans. What? Let's see. Jenny says, Bo, do you have T-Mobile? Did you get the free season of MLB TV yesterday? So to answer your first question, no. But to answer your second question, yes. So no, I don't have T-Mobile, but my keeper fantasy, my fantasy baseball league that I'm in, One of the guys that is in our league, he does have T-Mobile, and he shares with the league. So unfortunately, like our homepage is like Cleveland Guardians. Actually, no, I think he's a White Sox fan, even worse. So I think my homepage is set to the White Sox, which sucks. I'm sure there's a way for me to like change it, but I just accept it. Good morning. I love you. Oh, thank you, Paul. Harlan says radio question mark. Let's see. Todd says glad to see a fellow Mana in the chat. Rich says, Bo, your rant about watching the Cubs on opening day perfectly describes the problems baseball have because they got too greedy in getting coverage. Absolutely. Hopefully there's a fix coming because it's like, it's just stupid. Like, it's just like, I will pay to watch my favorite team play baseball. Major League Baseball, take my effing money. I want to watch baseball. And you are preventing me from watching baseball. You are hurting yourselves, Major League Baseball. Rob Manfred, the clown, the worst commissioner in all of professional sports. Even worse than Roger Goodell. Let's see. Where are we at? Way behind in the chat. Here we are. Let's see. And not realizing a little less money in rights would generate even more fans. Hell, last year, Sirius XM charged extra to listen to baseball games, even if you were already paying full fare. That's stupid. I don't even think at one time you could listen to radio. If you were not subscribed to MLB TV, you could still listen to the radio broadcasts for free. And I don't think that's an option anymore. Any smart sport team will have a % of their games on broadcast TV. We don't want to learn all sorts of tricks to watch sports. I know. Like going to illegal pirating websites just to watch my favorite team play because there's no other option. What are my other options? Like literally, I am having to go to an illegal website, a pirated website to watch my favorite team because that's the only option I have. I literally do not have other options except for going to a bar at 1:20 on a Thursday afternoon. No thanks. Or driving to freaking Chicago to watch the damn game. No. So I'm going to illegally watch your stupid sport, Rob Manfred, you dumbass. Come on. Rich says, and yes, I go round and round with tech-savvy people on this all the time. Steve says, WrestleMania, Cody Rhodes will be the new head of the table. I don't even know. I had Raw on for a little bit on Monday night, but I have no idea what is even going on with WrestleMania. I watch it, but I don't really pay attention. Low Roller Scratcher in the house has a question. If a breaker refused to send your base card, is that considered stealing your card since you were spending hundreds of dollars on breaks? They don't even show all base cards on camera. Well, it depends. If the listing says base cards don't ship, then no, they're not stealing. If all cards ship, including base, and they refuse to send your base card, I guess, yes, that's stealing. They don't even show all base cards on camera. I mean, for some products, if it's Topps, I don't want to see every card. If I'm in a break, like I just don't. Base cards do nothing for me. Breaks are for like hit-based products. So now sometimes if it's like, I get annoyed if I'm in like a Bowman break and it's like a refractor. Like I want to see if I'm getting a refractor. But like I really only watch 50% of the breaks I buy into. It's a surprise. And you know, maybe that's not good on me because I could be getting shorted cards. I don't know. But I will say of the most recent breaks, I've been pleasantly surprised, not even watching the break. I came home, one of the Elite Extra Edition, I came home to the mailbox and there's a 1 of 1 and it's like, hey, not bad for a $16 break. Yeah, it was Panini, but still 1 of 1. I was happy. Flipping Sports Guy says all depends on the break. Some breaks don't send base only hits. That's true. Just drop Bo's name. He's kind of a just drop my name. Let's see. If you request your base card, remember customer is always right. That's sometimes the customer is always an asshole. Remember that movie? That's not me. That's not me saying that. That's from Mallrats, an all-time classic. No, so Low Roller Scratcher, that's incorrect. If you buy into a break that specifically states base cards don't ship, even if you request them, tough. Like you bought into it knowing that base cards don't ship. So sometimes the customer has to take responsibility, and the buyer has to take responsibility on like knowing what they're buying. And I think, we've the customer is always right just annoys the shit out of me because it's like letting them off, like buying into a break where it specifically states base cards don't ship. Why do I read descriptions like 3 times over when I'm buying into breaks? Because I want to make sure all cards ship. I will not buy into a break where the base cards don't ship. And if I do, I suck it up. Well, shit, I missed that one. I take responsibility. Buyers need to take more responsibility and read. Read. So I disagree on that. Adam, what's up? Good morning. Welcome to the channel. Jenny says, great question. Unfortunately, some breakers put in the small print that base cards do not ship, just like some breakers don't even refund shipping paid if 0 cards are pulled. Yeah, and that's again, like read all the fine print, like read those descriptions. Usually, and I will say like most breaks, even like some of the randoms on eBay that I like search for, it's pretty clear that says base cards don't ship. So yeah, just make sure to read the description when you're buying into a break. Let's see. TD Sports Cards, what's up? Good morning. Talking Tatis, what's up? Good morning to you. Did I hear something about a last-minute fantasy? Yes. Easiest format for fantasy would be great. There's a link above in the chat to the Fantasy Baseball League. Let's see. Low Roller just going to disagree. Kyle says, fun Cubs trivia I just heard. Can you name the only Cubs left-hander to hit 40 home runs in a season? No, I can't. Kevin says, this would be my first baseball fantasy. I'm down for whatever. Awesome. Jason Puck, what's up? Seems like bath salts are making a comeback. The link is in the Facebook group. Yes. Victor says, I just need to accept it in the group. Let's see. Let's go over here. Harlan, let's get you in. I think you've been accepted. We're in. We're 60 members. Wow. Where we at? Jenny says, incorrect if the listing of the break does not exactly. Kyle, what is up? Kyle, he's got an army of children. He's got some, I think, Kyle, you have some in the poopy diaper phase. And you might have one getting to that awkward junior high stage. Parenting tips from Bo, almost as good as food talk. Take my advice for parenting. Tracy's in for the Fantasy Baseball League. Let's see. Rich says, is it Kingman for the left fielder the year he hit 48 home runs? Let's see. Harlan says, right now someone is tagging Stinky Travis in a Facebook post about this video. Stinky Travis. I did see him, I think at like one of our annual town festival, and he's still stinky, awkward, and dirty. Now he's just like 35 and stinky, awkward, and dirty. The absolute worst part of kids is when they get into their late 20s, early 30s, and they hate you because of their bad choices in life and don't accept responsibility for their bad life choices. Now I'm thinking back, it's like, oh shit, I think I might have been one of those kids when I'm 29 and realizing, shit, I'm going to be 30 next year. And I don't want to work in radio the rest of my life. And look at my parents like, why didn't you make me finish college? Now I have to go back at 30. Let's see. Jenny says, let's see. Talking about the breaks. Kyle says, no, not left fielder, left-hander. Billy Williams. Sweet swinging. Billy Williams. Let's see. Mark says, I have the honor of being the second ever member of the Hobby Evolution group. Thank you, John, for inviting me. By the way, Mark was in the Hobby Evolution Facebook group before I was. Thank you, John. Let's see. David's in. Let's see. Flipping Sports Guy talking to Low Roller. Let's see. Where are we at? I think I've said my piece on the whole breaking stuff. There's the link to the Fantasy Baseball League. Jason says, full-grown adults buying kids' Disney cards out because they can mark them up, tax them children. I don't even know what's going on with, like, I have no interest in Disney cards. I have no interest. But I like I don't see it any different as, clearing shelves of Prism or whatever the hot product is. I mean, it's essentially all the same. Don't they do? I mean, they do it with toys. I think someone in here was into the toys as well, and they do it with toys. Like, well, hell, they do it with like video game systems. I even bought I don't even know what the hell it was, but I went to Target one night and it was Limit 1, just like it was with cards for a time. It was it wasn't a play. It might have been. Was it one of the like retro consoles? And this was like 5 years ago, and like I just bought it to flip it, and like the easiest 30 or 40 bucks I ever made. Like walk into Target, boom, put it on eBay and sold it, and happily ever after. Let's see. TD Sports Cards, all the base should ship, but unfortunately not all breakers do it. Yeah, if base doesn't ship, I just avoid the break. And so some of my favorite breakers do breaks with holding the base, which is good and bad. Bad because I don't buy in the breaks, but good because I can buy the base. Let's see. At a good price, too. Johnny Boy Cards is in. Von Haiti says, I see Kyle Lewis made the Diamondbacks roster. I've sold a ton of Kyle Lewis cards this week. And I think to the same person. Maybe it's Kyle Lewis's mom. But yeah, I've sold a ton of Kyle Lewis cards this week. TD Sports Card says the sorting for the breakers are a pain since most aren't organized and want to put in the time to sort 10 cases a night. I just think of just think of opening, because I would say most people have not opened a case of cards. Think about opening a hobby box, Topps Series 1. Think about opening a hobby box and sorting that hobby box and how long it takes. Now multiply that by 12 just for one case, and then multiply that by probably how many breaks are you doing. That's a lot of freaking sort. That's a lot of time. And it's like, remember, time is also money. And you see these breaks and it's like, oh, well, a case is, say it's $1,000 and they're charging $1,500 for the break. Well, there's also your time to break it. If you're probably paying for cameras and, you're paying for that. Even though it's like a fraction of the cost, it's still, there's still a cost that goes into it. Supplies, shipping, postage, all of that goes into it. And then to sort on top of that, and you're not making any money. So I get it. It's just not for me. So I typically, if it's a like a Bowman draft break, I'll go to breakers that are probably small on the smaller scale, because a lot of the bigger breakers, they're breaking so many cases, they don't want to mess with. They'll just put a spot in for paper base, or they'll sell it outright. Here's a case of paper, charge you whatever amount it is. So I get it from a business standpoint, but I choose not to buy into those breaks. If paper base doesn't ship, I'll just buy into probably a smaller breaker, because they'll ship the base, they'll sort it and ship it. Rich says there actually are a decent amount of Blue Jays collectors. The problem is shipping to Canada, which is an arm and a leg. Yes, it is. Where are we at? Let's see. Jenny says, thanks for dropping that link. I just joined. Draft in 12 hours. Let's see. TD says Kyle Lewis is good. He was a minor league player of the year once. Yeah, and It's what have you done for me lately? Kyle Lewis, hot prospect, gets called up and then doesn't play very well. And then we forget about him because there's the next best thing. And now he's in Arizona, and there's not a hot market for the Diamondbacks. So you go from St. Louis, and he's overshadowed by Jared Kelenic and Julio Rodriguez and whoever else is in the Mariners system. They're pretty loaded. And then you go to Arizona, and it's even worse because it's the Diamondbacks. Card Hobbyist says already in a Roto League this season, so don't want to join a second league. And that's kind of where I'm at. I'm in my keeper league, and it's pretty competitive. I mean, I'm tinkering with my lineup now, and we're still a day away from opening day. Let's see. Hall of Fame Card Collector says, let me add number of teams since it's full already. It's now 14 teams. Hey, that's a deep league. That is a deep league. So that's awesome. Baseball Card Curmudgeon, what's up? Terry says, I didn't have any way to watch the TBS March Madness games. That sucks. Is the March Madness app still? There used to be an app where you could watch all the March Madness games, like from your phone or tablet or whatever. I don't know if that's still a thing, but I remember being when I worked for the IHSA doing I would do like advanced stats for the TV crew. And I would be right there on press row on the floor. I'd have my phone propped up and I'd have the March Madness app. And so because they eventually changed the weekend of the basketball. They did a whole bunch of stuff with the Illinois State Finals in basketball. But when I was doing it, it was 2 different weekends. 1A, 2A was one weekend. 3A, 4A was the second weekend. And so one of the weekends, I think 3A, 4A was the first and second round of games. So like on that Friday, it was the first round of the tournament. So, everybody's like, oh, so I've got my phone on press row. So, during timeouts, I'm checking out my phone, watching different games. I don't know if that app is still up because now I'm at home all the time. So I just have the TV on over there. James says, go to a bar, get a couple old styles and enjoy. I just don't, I'm going to be drinking enough cheap beer on Friday back in Anawan. So dry Thursday, dry. That just doesn't, opening day. It's like, I got to have an old style or a Bud Light. Probably not old style. An old style at home from your couch is just not the same as at a ballpark with a hot dog in the sun. Just not the same. Card Hobbyist says, Bo in a fired up mood this morning. It's trash day. We love trash day around here. Tom Brady watch illegal stream in Super Bowl since he was in the Bahamas. The base cards are the bread and butter. Absolutely. That's why I'll be happy to buy the base. It's all about the base. Rich says, okay, have a great day. Looking forward to more parenting tips from Bo. Scott, what's happening? Stinky and Dirty is a kid's TV show about trash trucks. Terry says, I still remember I still remember the year of Kingman. It seemed like nonstop news about it in a time before 24-hour news. Hall of Fame Card Collector, we have 3 spots left in the Fantasy Baseball League. Very cool. Very cool. Does it, I've got the link. Looks like it's full. Oh, looks like there's 1 spot available. So we've got Hall of Fame Card Collector in the Fantasy Baseball League, Johnny Boy Cards. Low Roller Scratcher is going to play some Fantasy Baseball. Very cool. We've got Victor, Craig, Anthony, Tracy, Dave, Jenny, David, Raphael, Kevin, Jason. Awesome. Looks like 1 spot open in the Fantasy Baseball League. Brian says, age 61, no pets or kids, nothing that I have to feed or clean up after, loving life. That's the way to live, right? Although I love biscuits. So, but biscuits super easy. Let's see. JG, what's up? Found a Griffey refractor at a flea market today for 50 cents. Happy hump day. Love it. Von Hades, I bought the Kyle Lewis cards. Oh, sweet. Thank you. Let's see. Talking Tatis, I've also sold Kyle Lewis this week. Was wondering why. I'm at the library doing homework while doing fantasy baseball. That's the way to live, right? That's the way to live. We have 1 spot left. Who's going to be the last spot? Are we going to get, I almost refreshed the wrong screen. 1 spot. Oh, still open. Team 14, 14 team league. It's still open. So that's what I had for today. Brian, we'll get you in the Facebook group. Oh, there we go. Brian, you are in. Okay. So that's what I had for today. Today is Wednesday. It's trash day. I'm going to do some shipping and listing and shipping. It's opening day eve. Maybe I'll run to Walmart, buy some blasters, a Bowman Chrome U, do some box breaks tomorrow while watching illegal stream to watch baseball. So that's what I had for today. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. Looks like there's one spot remaining in the Fantasy Baseball League. Link is in the chat. Join the Facebook group. Link to the Facebook group is in the description and in the chat. Low Roller says buff stream. I'm actually going to write that down. Where's my marker? Buff stream. Make sure this is erase, dry erase. Buff. If anybody else has illegal streams that are semi-legit, let me know so I can watch the Cubs tomorrow. So with that, take it easy. Have a good day. My best flea market find was in 2000. Bowman Chrome Tom Brady paid $1 in 2001. Awesome. Make sure to add block. Okay, gotcha. I'm sharing a team shake and bake. I'm Shake. Awesome. So have a great Wednesday, and we'll talk tomorrow.